Girl, you get the glory. You first come to mind every single time when you write the story. This your name story.
Now Pusha T gets Vybz Kartel involved in his beef with Drake, and it's so funny. Now, if you don't know about the beef with Drake and Pusha, you must have been living under a rock, because this has been trending in Jamaica for several days now, since last week Friday or so. And if you look on trending list even to date, you will see Pusha T's response at number 4 or something to that effect. Now, for those of you who don't know what this is about, let me just set some context. Now, Pusha T and Drake have been throwing jabs in their songs now at each other for over 8 years. And recently, Pusha T is about to release an album, and he released a diss line at Drake indicating that Drake has a ghostwriter again. Nothing new for those who know the history of this. Drake then clapped back with Duppy Story, and then Pusha clapped back with Adidon, talking about Drake's mother, Drake's secret love child, his deadbeat dad, his friend 40 who has multiple sclerosis, and the works. Now we're going to get to how he got Vybz Kartel involved in this beef later. So, but I just want to set some context and add a few information in between, and we will get to that later. So just stick with me. Alright, so some time ago there was a podcast discussion which took effect between DJ Academic, some lady whose name I can't recall, and Joe Budden about which artist they would most like to interview in the entire world, right? And DJ Academics and Joe Budden had this to say.
I've interviewed a lot of rappers, so I'm just saying
you had to interview one person in the world.
Yeah, I just can't think of someone who's been through something more difficult in our...
Oh, well, it would actually be a Jamaican musician, Vybz Kartel.
Isn't Vybz still, is he locked up?
I'll go to the jail and interview him there.
That would be pretty dope.
This guy is so...
That's a good pick.
Vybz Kartel,
random, but
easily.
No, he just kills me when he tries to treat everybody else like we're uninformed because he's Jamaican. Oh, it's a Jamaican artist.
No, a lot of people don't know who he is.
That's the only Jamaican artist everybody knows.
Now, when Joe Budden and said Vybz Kartel is the only Jamaican artist that the whole world knows or everybody knows, a lot of people took offense. But as Vybz Kartel songs are being played more and more, or quoted by the likes of Jay-Z, Beyonce, Rihanna, Busta Rhymes, Drake, Mick Jagger, sampled by pop groups all around the world, his songs are the most choreographed too. If you go on Instagram, you will see that now. Across Europe and Asia, I dare anyone to tell me that my artiste is not right up there with the likes of Bob Marley when it comes on to notoriety. Now, we all know Vybz Kartel as the only artist to span decades in dancehall and still remains the hottest, most talked about, imitated, duplicated, replicated, played and loved artist today. So recently he had this message to send to the hurry-come-ups in music, whether it is reggae or dancehall. This is what Vybz Kartel Instagram page posted about his history in music. Alright, so we'll just look at this and read through it, and then we'll get back to the story again. Stick with me. Right, so this was posted 5 days ago, and when I read this originally, when it was originally posted, I just laughed. I laughed, because if my artist is not the smartest, most intellectual and the timely artist in the world, this is why I love this man. His intellect is way up there. And brethren, if you're not have the intellect, don't come down in my comment section. Come with no foolishness about this and that, because I can be raunchy and I can be very rude and crass, but as you can hear from my voice, which shut up Wally Pauno, I am intellectual and I don't have no time for rubbish. But sometimes when I have to get beat down, I'm have to beat you down with the hammer for to understand myself. Vybz Kartel is the most intellectual artist to ever grace dancehall, and I have to live with that. Now back to the post. So he wrote, Vybz Kartel 2002, me just bust and dip on my second tour. Quick! Exclamation, exclamation, open brackets. And this was the first Asian tour. He toured several Asian countries, right? So he began to list them. 1, Tokyo. 2, Nagoya. 3, Okinawa. 4, Sapporo. This are Tokyo, Japan, featuring Wade Marshall, Award 21, and Swamp King from Stone Love, a select. Now there's a video associated with this post. You can go over to his original or his official Insta page, and you will see it. Them time there, not even my name them couldn't spell good. Laugh out loud. All of that is written in bold, because if you go and you look at the video, there's an E before the Z in his name when they were parading who was performing on stage. So you can go over there and check it out. Then he continued, long time we a do it. Then he began to quote, but me never book them up, pan no flight, ... close quote. I wonder who him a quote. Who him a quote? Then he continued, dead with laugh, hashtag Gaza, and Gaza is highlighted in blue again for emphasis. Now people, I want you to tell me down below in the comment section, and I want to see if you're paying attention to what is happening in music space. If you notice, he opened but me never book them up on no flight in quote. So he's quoting. What is he quoting? Or who is he quoting? Or who did say them never book him up on no flight? Or who did say them never book them up on no flight? Alright, leave your comments below. As I said, my artist is very intellectual. He's very timely. Him not drink him soup when it's hot. You understand me? And those who know. One of the smartest to ever grace the dancehall space, and it will remain as such until the end of time. One king of reggae, and that is Bob Marley, and there's one king of dancehall, and that is Vybz Kartel. Now we're going to get back to the Pusha T's post and involvement. So I had to show you all of this to tell you that Vybz Kartel has been doing it for a long time. He's been touring and doing it, so people talking about he's not known, that is impossible. This man has transcended decades of musical changes, genre of fashion changes, and he has been right up there with the young ones, gunning at it, and still remains the most relevant to date. That is why his nation is right behind him. I will not stop love him, and I can't fight it all on the want, because hear what? If the locals will not embrace, just like they did not embrace Bob Marley, then the overseas artists will embrace them. And here is Pusha T embracing him for his talent again. So this is how Pusha T got Vybz Kartel involved with his beef. We're going to read his Instagram post now. Him quoting one of Vybz Kartel's most infamous dancehall songs. The same one where government are beat him down for. His lyrical content that is expressing his talent. Them talk about the man I try rise crime and this and that. Vybz Kartel is an artist first, and he's quoted it and he's written it, and he has said it many times. And recently again he put up a post that says an artist should not be growing your children. But we will see what Pusha T had to say. I really loved and respected the fact that while we are not embracing our artists as much as we should be, there are overseas talent that are looking at them, people just as talented up there, because I personally consider Pusha T to be very talented and right up there along with the likes of the greatest writers, and he's very good at what he does, because I listened to him in college. So when I heard the Duppy free drop or this from Drake, I was like, man, cheese and peas, he went hard. And how is Pusha T going to come back from it? And then I tapped back in my memory and I'm like, in college, this man was really good at what he did. So this is not anything for Pusha T to come back with. And I waited patiently, and yes, Pusha T came back. So this is why people in social media who love to call wars and run go talk about, oh, this win because them hear a bad track. Rubbish, garbage. Duppy was good. Everybody on the internet was talking about how Drake murdered Pusha T, and Pusha T can't come back from that, and rated and blah blah blah. Rubbish. All rubbish. So Pusha T came back and he clapped back, as I said earlier, with the response in Adidon, and I tell you, man, he murdered Drake. He murdered him. He didn't even murder him. He murdered him. And if you realize now, battles are essential to music, because it gets you talking about two specific artists. We had the Biggie and we had the Tupac era, and there were several other beefs that were there, but this just reignited original hip-hop. And thank God for Pusha T and Drake. Regardless of who lose, I don't want to see the mumble rappers trending one more time in Jamaica. It goes to show you that it's pure little ticky listening to music now, because I can't even hear what half of those crazy people are saying. So thank God I can now listen to authentic diss tracks, and I can literally hear what people are saying going backwards and forth. Although people say that Drake is a pop artist, but again, that's on them. So I have my 2 cents. But in the war, I can see with Pusha T quoting Vybz Kartel, him basically saying, you know, that it's over. In his mind, it's over, because from you consider this song and put this quote on your official Instagram, you are saying that, brethren, I am victorious and I have won. But again, as I say, Drake maybe have to come back with him response. So this is what you've long been waiting for. This is how Pusha T got Vybz Kartel involved in this war. I am so proud of my artists. I continually live to see them using his lines across the world. And again, Babylon in Jamaica, if you won't embrace him, just remember that Gaza Nation in Jamaica will always be behind him. His legacy lives on through his children, Popcorn, Tommy Lee, and his works live on through producers like Not Nice. So you can't stop the man, so you can't go and try fight, because the more on a fight, the stronger him get. Alright people, here goes the Pusha T post.
I know little bit of people me say na hell. Them never kill nobody yet and lie them a tell. I know little bit of people me say na hell. Them never kill nobody yet and lie them a tell. I know little bit of people me say na hell. Them never kill nobody yet and lie them a tell. I know little bit of people me say na hell. Them never kill nobody yet and lie them a tell. I know little bit of people me say na hell. Them never kill nobody yet and lie them a tell. I know little bit of people me say na hell. Them never kill nobody yet and lie them a tell. I know little bit of people me say na hell. Them never kill nobody yet and lie them a tell.
So you see, for all of you waste bloggers or joggers, whatever you call on yourself on YouTube, stop compare the king to rubbish. Stop compare the king to fecal matter. Stop compare the king to waste man. We need to stop it. On a disrespectful, and on know yourself, and none of you get no clout, and none of you get no notoriety upon this. But you just watch and observe how the world embraces Vybz Kartel, and at the level they esteem him. When you saw them a quote a waste man pandemic challenge, this is a big international global war. You see this trending in Canada, trending in the United States, and my artist, the king of dancehall, them a quote. So you see, for all I know, we love chat off on the mouth and love hype up on the little mouldy self on YouTube, and if you stop it, and when you get beat on a hide for a minute and then recover, and I come going like on rate the king, on rate the man. But I one thing him have to tell you now, and it's simply this.
And them a go like them no know who me is. And them a go like them no know who me is. And them a go like them no know who me is. And them a go like them no know who me is. And them a go like them no know who me is. Because I get the two attack them and the party bag. Which robbery? Dream a can diamond a dream say he rob me. Cause I know little bit of people me say na hell. Them never kill nobody yet and lie them a tell.